Odell Beckham is now a Baltimore Raven for the 2023 season. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens still have some things to figure out with that contract, but things may be taking a turn for the better with Lamar Jackson FaceTiming Odell Beckham yesterday and both of them being seen in the club celebrating the signing. So Odell Beckham 30 now cashing in on a 1-year, $18 million deal, but let's get into it for what this means for fantasy. Todd Monken is now the offensive coordinator for the Ravens, but him and Odell Beckham have a brief history together in 2019 with the Cleveland Browns. That was Monken's first season as the OC and Odell Beckham's first season with the Browns. And actually, that's the last season that Odell Beckham has put 1,000 receiving yards on paper. Monken has expressed his excitement on working with Odell Beckham again, so I'm sure he has tons of plans for him to be the wide receiver one. Now, Todd Monken as the offensive coordinator in Cleveland in 2019, Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry saw over 130 plus targets each and both had over 1,000 receiving yards. Since then, Cleveland has not had two wide receivers in a single season do such a thing. Both Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. that season averaged over 12 fantasy points per game, which this could be the floor for Odell Beckham, which I'm fine with being that he's 30 and he hasn't played football over a year and a half. Now, looking back with Odell Beckham and his time with the Rams, it looked like he still had some juice in the tank. We saw flashes of vintage OBJ. He could have been the Super Bowl MVP if he had not got hurt. So Odell Beckham could be an interesting investment in this next season, but I think we're going to get our bang for our buck, because I don't think we need to worry about getting burned by him again. Now, don't get me wrong. It could get messy. Once we get towards the summer, it could get very expensive, but it's always important to have a backup plan, and that backup plan is Rashad Bateman. One thing's for sure is that Todd Monken is going to throw the ball a ton. There's plenty of targets on the table for Odell Beckham and company, because when he was the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers in 2016 to 2018, the Bucs were ranked third in pass attempts per game and also second in wide receiver targets per game. Overall, I love what the Ravens are putting together for this upcoming season with Todd Monken as the offensive coordinator and bringing in OBJ. But something tells me they're not done adding to that wide receiver room yet. I have a wish list, but either way, I'm buying what the Ravens are selling for this next season.